Hello, everyone. My name is Nara. I'm a journalist and I work as a media relations and with the research team at São Paulo Tourism. São Paulo Tourism is that's a public company for tourism and events, and it responds to the City Hall of São Paulo. Our demands, they come from different secretariats and from City Hall, but we also deal with event organizers, different chains, hotel chain, restaurant associations, shopping mall associations, the academic sector, the tourism trade, amongst others. São Paulo is where the world meets Brazil and where Brazil meets the world. According to the last UN ranking, São Paulo is the fourth biggest metropolitan area in the world. Our city has 12 million inhabitants. The metropolitan area has 22 million people, and we received in 2019 60 million tourists. We are very well known for our business events tourism. But along the last 15 years, we have launched some programs in order to give more diversity to that tourism. So we brought the big music festivals, art festivals, and we launched some programs like São Paulo Stay Another Day, inviting tourists to stay over for the weekend and enjoy our multiple attractions, theaters, museums, art exhibitions, and our incredible gastronomic variety. Our observatory was very much glancing at tourist movement and tourist profile, but the government has invested a lot in bringing events, public events all over town. When I say public events, I mean the events where the government invests money or institutional support, or when it launches bidding to get investors, sponsors, partners. So many different events, they started to grow all over town in the peripheral areas, and given its people the opportunity to take over the public space. So our observatory now used to be called as Tourism Observatory only, but nowadays it's Tourism and Events Observatory. Our questionnaires, they have changed. We interview not only, if we ask the expenditures in the stay, we interview people during an event, we focus not only on tourists, but also on inhabitants in the city or people who live in the metropolitan area. So, okay. Mega events, they have grown up so much along the last 15 years. In this picture, I have the street carnival. They changed São Paulo's agenda, São Paulo's calendar. São Paulo Tourism produced almost 3,000 events in 2019. We did some 16 researchers in mega events 2019. And in this picture, the gay parade and our research team working. This is a very simple way to explain where the demands come from, who approves the demands, our different final destinations for the information the observatory produces. In this picture, the press room during the carnival in the Sabadrome. As I was saying, our questionnaires have changed. So we launched this numbers, financial impact of events. The media, they love this comparison, these numbers. This is Brazilian reais. On top of the list, we have the street carnival and other events such as the Grand Prix and the March to Jesus in this picture. And these values, they include the expenditures not only from tourists, but also from inhabitants in the city. The street carnival is a great example. This is different characteristics you can find in our reports: the average expense, the public profile. This is the public from our Street Carnival 2020, 50 million during 15 days of event. The event was all over town. It was for free with different music attractions and famous artists, local artists. It's totally democratic and very full of diversity. It's funny because Paulistanos, as we call the native people from Sao Paulo, they used to leave town during Carnival. They travel to other cities in Brazil. There are many different kinds of festivities during this period. But since 2014, we invested so much in Street Carnival that in 2020, we had the biggest Street Carnival in the country. I'll give you a very, very brief taste of our what is the importance of our research, of our data to the City Hall? When you look at this picture, the gay parade, one of the biggest gay parades in the world, we have the financial impact and all the numbers because the city is crowded, all the commerce, the restaurant chain, hotel chain. It's a very profitable time. During June, people are already expecting the event. They get prepared in advance. And it's great for culture, for tourism movement and money and everything. But also it enlightens our political pillars, non-discriminatory ones. We show the ethics behind the scenes. So it's very much about our policy, our image as a city. And the press, how is the relationship with the press? Our full reports, the press cannot wait for our full reports after an event with all the design and all the approvals that go through during the process. The media has its own timing. So we deliver we have a Grand Prix starting tomorrow until Sunday. And I use it a metaphor as a warm-up number because as soon as the mega event ends, we must deliver some information to the press because it's when the subject is, on the right time. When on Sunday, the race starts, the final race starts at 2 p.m. It ends around 4 p.m. And around 6 p.m., we're gonna get the first information. We must have a pre-release, a pre-presentation ready. And at 8 p.m., the mayor is gonna give a press conference and he's gonna use our numbers. And usually the observatory numbers are positive news. We give the headlines to the press. I'll show you, I know it's in Portuguese, but these are headlines using our numbers, our financial impact with different mega events. Also, we usually ask in our surveys, in every survey, we ask people. Yes.
Can I ask you to finish in about a minute, please?
Okay. We ask, do you think the government should keep on investing in this kind of event? So we also give them the opportunity to evaluate the city. This is an example from Taste of Sao Paulo, our first research after the pandemic. They evaluate the city and the event. Carnival 2022, we still don't know if it's gonna happen, but we already have a sponsor for that. our different research teams in different events, Formula One and Carnival and Réveillon. And we'll be very glad to welcome you in São Paulo if you want to do a visit to our observatory. We'll be glad to have you. Thank you very much.